Diabolical Russian hackers have struck again, and this time their target is a $450 billion company. The business in question, none other than Tesla, the infamous Elon Musk-led automaker. Had the staff member agreed to work with the devious criminals, not only would Tesla be risking bankruptcy, but they'd be facing thousands of potential lawsuits. The hack threatened far more than financial losses. The hackers could have stolen Elon Musk's valuable trade secrets and even infiltrated the car's autopilot system, causing utter chaos on the roads. Would you betray your company with destructive malware in exchange for a suitcase full of cash? Let's see how this particular Tesla employee reacted when faced with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Tesla might have only been founded some 17 years ago, back in 2003, but it's quickly skyrocketed up the ranks. At the hands of billionaire Elon Musk, not only had Tesla morphed into one of America's leading car manufacturers, but it's become a cashed-up worldwide icon for environmental sustainability and visionary technology. When its stock price soared to a new record high of some $208 billion on Wednesday, July 1, 2020, Tesla entrenched itself as the most valuable car company on the planet. Since then, it's continued to grow. Money has continued to pour in from people who believe in Musk's vision. And it now, impressively, is worth more than all of Fiat, Chrysler, Ford, Ferrari, General Motors, BMW, Honda, and Volkswagen combined. But Tesla hasn't just overtaken the pool of car manufacturers. The EV company has hurled past the market caps of world-famous brands like Coca-Cola and Disney. After years of not making any profits, Tesla's piggy bank has finally started to fill up, earning a profit of $104 million in the second quarter of 2020 alone. With more cash comes more attention, and with more cash than ever over the company's nearly two-decade history, Tesla now sports a sizable target on its back. Every person who scrolls through social media on their phone, watches the news headlines on TV, or owns a car has heard of Tesla. And yes, that includes the thousands of black hat hackers from near and far. That notoriety, while gained off the back of a disruptive industry approach, must also be attributed to the man calling the shots, tri-citizen Elon Musk. At the time the devious 6-week plan to attack Tesla first gained traction, in mid-July 2020, Elon was worth around $75 billion. Since then, thanks to a rising Tesla share price and a constant public spotlight, his net worth has peaked, astoundingly, at over 102 billion American dollars. Since Elon is always in the news, with constant updates emerging from media outlets regarding his excessive wealth, it's not exactly a secret that he has money to burn. In the case of Tesla and Musk, this statement couldn't ring truer. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's why one particular Russian hacker, a 27-year-old man by the name of Igor Igorovich Kryuchkov, took matters into his own hands. He was going to infiltrate the automaker. He was going to bait the employees. He was going to become an instant millionaire himself. And he wasn't afraid to break federal laws or put innocent Americans at risk in the process. Kryuchkov, who was working within a larger Russian crime syndicate, had already formulated his plan of attack. It went like this: go on the offense and infiltrate Tesla from the inside. How? By recruiting an employee as a Trojan horse, one with Russian ancestry, who would be the inside man responsible for installing the malware. However, Kryuchkov's plan was far easier said than done, and he knew it. Tesla has been renowned for taking its security very seriously. After all, as not only the electric vehicle leader, but automotive leader, period, the trade secrets stored inside the Tesla walls are invaluable. That's why they've previously offered a so-called bug bounty program. Elon promised $1 million and a free car to any security researcher who is able to effectively hack into their Model 3. As a one-off payment, the $1 million promise was pennies compared to the potential billions of dollars worth of havoc that sinful hackers could have set into motion. Tesla offered a similar security promotion the year prior as well, with the security research team named Fluoroacetate eventually winning their own Model 3 plus $35,000 for their work, which exposed important vulnerabilities in the inbuilt infotainment system. But how can you stop someone who has already gained access to your own network? That was the security threat which Elon couldn't anticipate, and the exact concept that Kryuchkov aimed to exploit thanks to his cunning plan to con a Tesla employee. After all, everyone has their price, right? Then, with insider access, Kryuchkov would threaten to distribute the company's secrets online. Unless Tesla agreed to pay the hacker a hefty ransom, those secrets would become public information at the touch of a button. Of course, this was still just a plan. To execute it, Kryuchkov needed to harness the power of persuasion. He needed to find a way to convince the anonymous Tesla employee, who we'll call the inside man, to provide him unrestricted network access. Only then could he steal sensitive documents and then extort Tesla for a giant ransom. So, on July 16th, Igor Kryuchkov put his plan into action, making first contact with the inside man digitally through WhatsApp. The key to this entire operation centered on Kryuchkov's history. He had met the inside man years earlier, back in 2016. Had the criminal gone in blind, without a former relationship to lean on, he'd have been on a highway headed straight for failure. But since the relationship had been established prior, the Russian hacker had a very real opportunity to crack into Tesla's Giga Nevada framework. He just had to play his cards right. 2 weeks after reaching out over WhatsApp, on July 28th, Kryuchkov boarded a flight from Russia to New York, then onwards to San Francisco. Once he deplaned, he went to the Hertz dealership, rented a Toyota Corolla, and drove the 4-hour, 250-mile journey to Nevada in an effort to coax the employee into installing the dangerous malware program. Even though Kryuchkov was the only person in that car, and even though it appeared that he was acting alone, he was, in reality, part of a broader criminal enterprise that, according to federal investigators, specialized in paying employees to plant malware inside their company's computers. After being in the States for just 3 days, Igor made contact again with the inside man. The next crucial step was strengthening the relationship. That's why, on the weekend of August 2nd and 3rd, Igor arranged an all-expenses-paid vacation to the nearby Emerald Pools and Lake Tahoe. Despite the area's natural beauty, across this weekend, he avoided photographs at all costs. To win over the inside man, Igor wined him and dined him throughout the weekend and across multiple meetings thereafter. On the night of August 3rd, Igor then made the big reveal. The hacker confessed to the inside man that he worked for a group that carried out what he called special projects, and that Tesla was their next target, for what was initially offered as a $500,000 payment. All the inside man needed to do was install the malware onto Tesla's digital network. This could occur one of two ways, via a USB key or via the download of an email attachment. Either way, Igor ensured his scapegoat that the malware could not be traced back to his personal workstation. But overpowering the Tesla security and IT team wasn't going to be easy. That's why Igor also told the inside man about his cunning ploy for distraction. His gang of Russian hackers would launch a DDoS attack as a decoy. Essentially, they'd overwhelm Tesla with a flood of internet traffic. If the staff were being bombarded in every direction, Igor's plan would have a greater chance of success. At this point, now fully aware of the full-scale attack, the inside man had a choice to make: take the money or report the entire citation to the FBI. To the detriment of the hackers, he chose the latter. From that point onward, the inside man had the FBI in his ear. He was secretly recording all of the subsequent face-to-face meetings, and the FBI were uncovering a goldmine of information. The inside man continued negotiating and asking the right questions, as anyone in his situation would. He agreed to the deal on the condition that the fee was doubled to $1 million, including $50,000 up front. After back-and-forth negotiations, which included calls with the gang's leaders in Russia, an upfront payment of 1 Bitcoin was agreed upon. Further meetings resulted in further information, which is exactly why the FBI elected not to get involved too early. Kryuchkov revealed more details about his gang, including the fact that they handled payments through a hacking forum called Exploit. But then, on August 21st, the FBI was forced to spring into action. The hacker announced that he was leaving the US, giving the inside man with nothing but a burner phone. The instructions were clear: leave the burner phone in airplane mode until after the money was transferred, then expect contact when the plan was ready. With the clock now ticking to make an arrest, FBI agents contacted Kryuchkov by phone. Despite his attempt to quickly flee the country, agents pounced and arrested him the next day in LA. That day was August 22nd. On August 24th, while sitting in a federal courtroom in Reno, Igor Kryuchkov was charged with one count of conspiring to intentionally cause damage to a protected computer. The hacker now faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. This wasn't Kryuchkov's first scheme either. According to investigators, his group's oldest attack dated back some 3.5 years. The case later also revealed that Kryuchkov entered the United States using his Russian passport and a tourist visa. However, had asked an acquaintance to purchase the departing flight on his behalf to avoid getting caught. Of course, he was caught, and according to some experts, it was only a matter of time because the plot was amateurish from the get-go. While the hackers hoped to extort $4 million from Tesla, their method proved ineffective, and they wound up empty-handed. Former cybercrime hacker turned white hat security analyst Marcus Hutchins announced his thoughts on Twitter for the world to see, and those thoughts effectively sum up the professional opinion of this scheme's intellect. One of the benefits of cybercrime is criminals don't have to expose themselves to unnecessary risk by conducting business in person. Flying into U.S. jurisdiction to have malware manually installed on a company's network is absolutely insane. For the sake of Tesla, Elon Musk, and all of its customers, this novice approach to cybercrime proved to be the saving grace. Further expertise, and the company could have been left reeling in pain. Musk himself published a tweet declaring that the FBI arrest was much appreciated and that they'd spared his company from a serious attack. If they hadn't stepped in, if not for the bravery, loyalty, and patriotism of the inside man, the outcome could not only have been bleak, but fatal. All you need to do is hear the concerning words of Craig Williams, a director at global IT leader Cisco. Imagine if the system responsible for your self-driving car comes under attacker control. The roads would become an unregulated jungle, the freeways a kamikaze zone. Fortunately, thanks to the dedication of one employee and the rapid action of the FBI, the roads remain safe and Tesla's digital framework remains uncracked. Would you have taken the $1 million, or would you have done exactly the same thing as the Tesla employee? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and have a great day. Catch you next time.